We have another call here. This is Addie from White Plains, my hometown. How you doing, Addie?
Oh, fine, thank you.
Thanks for calling. What's on your mind?
Well, I was expecting a call about the investment I made with Jacksonville Wealth Builders.
Yes, you're an investor with Jacksonville Wealth Builders. We had a conversation a couple of days back, and you said you were going to give a call. That's great to hear. So tell me about yourself. You bought a property in Jacksonville.
That's correct.
And what's the objective of that investment? Why'd you do it?
Well, it's for cash flow and something. So I'm retired now, and I don't want to run out of funds, for me to live on for the rest of my life. And so I got this investment opportunity, and I took advantage of it.
So you live here in the New York area. You live in the New York area. You bought in Jacksonville. How did it feel to buy a property 1,000 miles away from where you live? Did that make you nervous?
I was nervous. I was nervous at the beginning, but there are many people out there that would take advantage of somebody in my situation, and I was really afraid of that. But when I heard about the Jacksonville Wealth Builders, I was really fascinated by what they had to present, and I got in touch with them, and they've lived up to everything that they promised. In fact, they've delivered more than they promised me.
Now, how so? How did they deliver more?
Well, they told me, when I first contacted them, I didn't know anything about what they were going to present, what they were going to give me eventually. So when they promised me that they would fly me down to Jacksonville for me to take a look at the properties, at first I thought, I have to pay and go to Jack, but no, I didn't have to pay anything. They flew me down at their own costs, and I spent a whole day with them there. They took me around to see various properties that they were working on, some that they were building from scratch, from the ground up, and many that they were rehabbing to sell. And I picked one of them.
So now you mentioned that you're doing this, that you're already retired. And we've been talking on the show about people who are planning on retiring, but you've actually, do you mind if I ask how old you are?
I'm 70.
70. All right, beautiful. All right, so it's never too late, right, to invest in Jacksonville. So I detect a slight accent. Addie, where are you from originally?
I'm from Nigeria.
Nigeria. All right, beautiful. So now you're how long you lived in this country?
27, 28 years.
Okay, and you've chosen now because you want to make sure that, you're going to live another 30 years or 40 years, so you got to make sure you have enough money to live on, and you chose an income property. Did you pay cash for it?
Yes.
And how much are you getting?
I use my IRA, self-directed IRA.
You did? Okay, beautiful. So you're following exactly the plan that we're talking about here.
Yes.
What's great about it is that you actually didn't do it in your 30s or 40s. You're doing it now that you're 70.
Yeah, I wish I knew about this when I was in my 30s and 40s. Unfortunately, I didn't.
So do you mind if I ask you, and you don't have to tell me this, but how much did you buy? What was the price of the property, and how much are you making in your pocket after you pay all the expenses? How much are you making a month?
Well, this is quite recent. I got it only in February. I closed on it in February, and it cost me $86,000, and it rents for $950 a month, and I pay 9% of that to Jacksonville Wealth Builders for them to maintain it for me, to manage it for me. Insurance is about $800 a year. So
if I math this up, you're basically making something along the lines of approaching a 10% return, right? It sounds like if you paid $80,000 and change for it, you're making about $8,000 a year on it now.
That's the potential, yes.
Okay,
Yes.
good. Good. All right, beautiful. Well, that's great to hear. I'm glad that you called because, the idea that you represent probably what I'm hoping a lot of people that are hearing this message represent, which is somebody who hasn't done it before, concerned about being outside the geography they're familiar with, but being able to actually go down there and then complete the transaction. And for you to validate Jacksonville Wealth Builders on the air here is great because I'm having a similar experience. I've just been working with them recently, but I find them to be incredibly above board, and their follow through in their system. It's a very tight system in terms of they show you properties that the replacing of the roofs, all those things are designed to give people like you and I who are 1,000 miles away a lot of comfort that things are being handled and that it's a stable investment. Yeah,
so you have that peace of mind. I mean, you have somebody reliable like Jacksonville Wealth Builders. Well, I would say go for it.
Okay, beautiful. Addie, thank you very, very much for the call. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
All right, when we get back from the break, I'm going to talk about a couple of specific properties that are down there that have recently closed and give you some numbers and some ideas of how much it would cost to buy them and how much return you could get. And we'll take some more calls. Our number here is 800-848-9222. Get in on the last segment. This is Randon Real Estate. Back in a moment.